interview appearances on One Bills Live are presented by Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the Buffalo Bills. Fresh off the practice field. Thanks for making some time for us, Connor, first and foremost. O-line is killing it, man. Guys are killing it lately. I'm going to go back to week 6 because you want to talk about a tone setter. Like, that first series was maybe as dominant as I have seen you guys maybe since the Cowboys game last year. What the hell got into you guys?
Yeah, well, you know, Dion always shows that he does not
Well,
like the
yes,
Jets at all.
we're very familiar with Dion's disdain for the Jets, yes.
But we want to make a point that week, like, we want to come out and run the ball. We started slow the 2 weeks before that, especially at first down, getting behind the chains, and we want to stay ahead in the green, and I think we did that the first drive.
Yeah, ran 8 out of 9 plays.
Yeah.
9 plays,
and then the one pass
runs.
we did throw, Dalton catches, and he runs someone
And he
over,
has
so
an
then that
angry
set
run.
the tone.
Yeah, it was impressive. And when you come off the field, you score the touchdown, you come off the field, I mean, you sit down on that bench, and it's like, okay,
You feel good.
You can't wait to get back out there, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Give us an idea about where you're sitting at this point. You bounce back from the two games on the road trip with a win, then you come back and get another win. So you're sitting up right where you want to be. The rest of the division's kind of struggling at the moment. So what's your mindset going into a game, a team you don't know very well, you don't play very often, and they're leading the league in passing. So what are the thoughts going in?
Thoughts going in, it's going to be a hostile environment. We know that. They have a good defense, great offense also. So we know it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be like one of those games that you're getting ready for the playoffs only. You go into an extreme hostile environment. So we're just getting ourselves ready for that and just excited to take on this challenge.
I don't know if you saw this because you were out of practice. You're nowhere near your phone. But in the last 2 hours, the Seahawks traded for Ernest Jones, the linebacker from the Titans, who you guys just played last week. I mean, the guy you're pointing at is the mic.
Yeah.
You're going to be pointing at for the second straight week, potentially.
Yeah, we don't know if he's going to slide around yet because
we don't
Terrell
know.
Dotson is their mic technically, so we don't know if
Yes.
there's going to be a little shifting around. But
Yeah.
at least he has a little bit of knowledge of what we did last
so
week.
what is that cat and mouse game like? Because he obviously has a good feel for your personnel because he just played against you, but it's the same thing for him, and you guys obviously
it's
know
the same,
Tyrell.
Similar defense. They both come from the same
Baltimore
scheme.
system kind of thing.
yeah.
So you know Tyrell, you know Ernest from last week. So how does that cat and mouse game kind of unfold? Because you kind of both
I think it's
know
one of
each
those
other.
things you don't think about too much. Like if you try to focus like, oh, he played like this last week. We don't know if he's going to have the same schemes, same reads this week.
Okay.
Or you don't know if he's going to still be the mic or how they're going to switch things around. So I just think we just take a step back, how we doing, and just look at it as fundamentally the same and just try to run what we want to get done this week.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and when you come out with a team like this, you've run the ball so well, they're susceptible to it, but they throw they throw it. You kind of got to stay kind of. What is the thought process about if they're going to score? We got to keep up with them on the scoreboard. Where's the balance there between?
I think it comes down to we got to establish a run game and control the clock. We play on our terms, like you saw it when we've controlled the games this year. Like we have the ball the majority of the time. Like the games we lost, we didn't control the time of possession. I think that'll be a big factor in this week. If first down, we're getting the 6-7 yards if we need to, and then just stay ahead of it and just keep chunking them and just keep them off the field as much as we can and give our defense breaks.
I remember in your press conference in week 2, after the first game, the win over Arizona, you were talking about how you felt the communication wasn't at a level where you wanted it to be in that week 1 game. How has it improved since then? I mean, every time you're out, naturally you should get better at all of those operational things. So how do you feel it's grown since week 1 when it wasn't at a level that you wanted it to be?
Yeah, I think it's only gotten better since then. Obviously, we had the couple tough road games in Baltimore. I feel like it dipped back down the communication. We weren't used to full that in hostile environment. So in Houston next week, it got better. Then we were on the Jets. Like it felt we were just comfortable at home again. Noise wasn't affecting us at all. So I just feel like each week we're just taking that step more and more. And then Josh is just more comfortable back there and letting us control what we need to.
So you get out, and I know this is a completely different side of the spectrum offensively for you, but you get Amari Cooper in the building.
Yeah.
And you think, okay, and you kind of think, I hope he can help. Then he goes out and has a game like he did, and Keon Coleman has the game he did, and you guys are inside, protecting Josh. What's the vibe like in this offensive room? Because it feels like you're 5-2, and you haven't really captured everything you can be at all.
Like you see our losses. Yeah, it was a blowout loss to the Ravens, but a lot of this stuff came down. It was our errors that we blew our momentum, just stuff like that, miscommunications. And then the following week, they fell on us. Like, it was just a lot of things we did wrong. Like, should have been more in those games.
Yeah.
And I feel like adding Cooper just allows other guys to get open too. Like, he's demanding, like, you got to put 2 guys on him, and allows other guys to get open. Allows start getting the run game going in the second half, like we did. Just opens up more things with this offense.
Little college football talk here. I can't remember a time when we've seen Penn State above Ohio State in the rankings, but that is the case right now. Penn State is 3.
Yeah, 2017 was the last time, I think.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
So Penn State number 3,
Yep.
Ohio State number 4, and you guys got Wisconsin this
Yep,
week. I want to say.
Yeah.
How juiced are people getting down there in Happy Valley? I'm sure
I think it's a good time, but
keep an eye on it.
Yeah, one of those games, it's always hard to play at Camp Randall and all that, so that'll be a challenge this week. And then hopefully they're just not looking forward to next week already.
Yeah.
You and I got something in common you may not know about. We were both at the Sabres game last night.
Really?
Yeah.
I was not there.
You weren't there?
No.
One of your fellow offensive linemen were there. You didn't show up with Alec Anderson?
I did not,
Did
no.
you see what he did? Have you seen it?
I did see the video.
Here's your guy.
Banging
This
the
is great.
drum.
Banging the drum. And which is kind of cool. I like the red and black sweater. That's always appropriate for a guy who, may not remember the black and red Sabres.
Who is that? Vandy? Is
Vandy
there?
and Tommy Doyle back
Yeah.
there.
There they go.
Of course, the shirt always comes off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alex,
is that his thing?
That's his thing. And then, he's going to chug
Now,
beer.
is he one of those guys that can open his throat?
Yes,
He
that's
is.
slow for him right there. It's very impressive when you watch him having chugging
No wonder
Now-
he's the 6th offensive lineman,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
You
and
gotta have that.
we've seen this too. Like every time there's a little dust up on the field or a little extracurricular,
guess he's always
after the
right
play,
there,
he's
yeah.
always in the
Yeah.
middle of it. What is it about? Because he's a different person off the field. Like he's
Oh, for
kind of
sure.
a happy.
And when he comes
guy.
on the field, we call him an angry shark. He's
Angry
out there,
shark,
Yeah, he flips
okay.
a switch out there, and then just something in him, like
a switch flips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've made the point that you want a bunch of great. Nobody likes to work with donkeys, right? You
Yeah.
want a bunch of great dudes that you love and respect, and you got. But you also need guys.
Yeah, you need some nastiness out
that
there.
if there's a fight, they're not only in the fight, they want to be in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, and they're not going to question. They're
right.
strapping their helmet
they
on,
don't
they're
care.
jumping in there. Yeah.
You just hope they're on time on Sunday. You need all right. So what's the over/under of how many guys you can stand on your team who are that guy? One or two on each side of the ball.
Yeah, 1 or 2. We have a couple on offense and a couple on defense, and during camp that gets a little testy and all that. But you're great to have it. Like
Yeah.
in camp you're guaranteed a couple breaks during practice when they're fighting, and then
Yeah.
kind of just slide out the back and let them keep going.
Are you like a little jealous? You can't really be that guy because you got to be the cerebral kind of ringleader of the
No,
line, or
I find that I had my times when I was younger getting into
Yeah.
fights and all that, but you learn to conserve your energy. You don't need to always do that, and
Yeah.
plus on game day you don't want to get fined.
All right, time now for this week's Timbits Timeout, presented by, of course, Tim Hortons, where we solicit the fans to ask Bills players a unique question. This one comes from Steven, who asks, what is your favorite thing about Josh Allen?
Okay, on or off the field?
Either
one.
Either one.
Okay,
Well, give us one for each, I
Yeah,
guess.
I'd say on the field, just you never know. Like he at any point he could just make a play. Like you saw Pittsburgh last year when he pulls out that long run for the touchdown. Just able to extend plays. You saw in the Houston game when he rolls out of the pocket and just throws it down the field to set us up for the touchdown. You saw the one 2 weeks ago with Ray Davis down the field. Just stuff like that. Like
Right.
he just has that ability just to extend plays and just make something magical happen. Then I'll just say off the field, just how much of like a great guy he is. Just like a golden retriever as a person. Just
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
That's what Steve says all
just
the
a
time.
great guy all around. Just
Yeah.
loves hanging out with everyone. Just loves to have a good time.
Yeah, that's what Steve calls. He's like a golden retriever running around out there. All right, that's a good answer. Connor, thanks for the time.
Of course, thank you
Good
for
luck
having me.
this weekend.
Thank you.
Stay healthy, and good luck with the silent count up there at
Thank
Lumen.
you.
We know you're going to be using it. That's Connor McGovern, Bill Center, joining us.